Well, howdy there, folks. Welcome back to the channel. So most of us know what today is, 420. So to commemorate 420, I thought I would do a video talking about the top pot stocks. So if you just Google top pot stocks, most of them that I already know of come up, like the likes of Tilray, Canopy Growth, so on and so forth, Curaleaf. And instead of talking about the coolness of the green, let's talk about how to make green with the green. How's that for a circular reference statement? Anyway, okay, so let's start with Canopy Growth Corporation. Now, the pot stocks are a growing industry, no pun intended, but they can be very unpredictable. And I'm gonna run through, because some of them I've followed over the years are really up and down, more so than companies like Tesla, the broader market as a whole. I mean, we see this a lot with newer companies, especially startups and small cap companies, but pot stocks are particularly unpredictable. So let's look at this Canopy Growth Corporation here. And this is, you'll see, really choppy. So this goes all the way back, according to Yahoo Finance, which is not necessarily the gold standard for finance, but it's just really the most easily accessible without paying any fees. So if we go back to what Yahoo Finance has, April 2014, this was around $3.04 a share. Ironically, it's not much higher than that now, but you can see it was much higher than that at some points. Particularly in 2018, it was all the way up to $51.53 a share here on September 3rd. Then it dropped, and this is what most of these pot stocks do. They drop and then they go back up. So if you can time it, you can make some great money, but I'll show you what Tilray did. Tilray is the most profound example I can think of. I've never actually gotten into any of these. And in some cases, some companies are actually making it harder to get into these, but they're very risky and very unpredictable, I think more so than the broader market. But you can see 2019, it ran back up to 50 and then dropped second half of the year. There was one I was following in 2019. It actually either merged or the name changed. It was called some kind of, the ticker was like C something. I was trying to look it up for this video, but it's like no more. I think it's called Constellation. It's not Constellation Pharmaceuticals, but it was something in March of 2019. It was like $7 a share. Then it went up to like 50. But anyway, I digress. So if we look here when the Rona started, this kind of didn't do much. It was kind of choppy, but it had another run up in the meme stock phase in early 2021, all the way up to almost $43. And then it's just been dropping consistently since then. So that's what Canopy Growth Corporation's done. As far as the future prospects of this potentially growing company, well, that's a nice hat. I don't know if you guys can see, but where my mouse is, this guy's got the glasses and the hat. I don't think I would wear that on my videos, but that is a cool looking hat. Anyway, so yeah, you can see from the start of this year, this has been dropping consistently. Earnings per share is negative. The beta is high, almost double a normal beta. Earnings are coming out in a month. It's been beating earnings. I'm not sure, without really doing a deep dive here, what's caused it to go from significantly beating earnings here to just barely beating them. But that's very interesting, to say the least. You can see revenues increasing with this, earnings are dropping. And there's some good articles about this here. Canopy Growth bearish trend is not expected to relieve. Are any marijuana stocks on US exchanges buys amid mixed legislation signals? All right, so let's move on to our next one. I'm going to look at as many of these as I can here in about a 10 or 15 minute video without trying to bore any of you. So let's look at Tilray. That's my favorite one. So Tilray, I'll show you what this one did. This one had a crazy run up in 2018. These almost remind me of cryptocurrencies in a way. They have like these crazy run-ups and then they crash, but wait until you see this one. So this one, and I follow this, but I'm glad I didn't get into it because I would have probably gotten bit by this too. I would have got sucked into the FOMO. In summer of 2018, you can see this company, Tilray, they were trading at $24 a share, but they shot all the way up. This is saying 146, but it was actually higher than that because I remember, I want to say it got as high as 300, almost behaving like a meme stock. Let me see if my phone shows this here. Tilray, TLRY. No, it's showing the same thing, but I could have sworn it was higher than that. But anyway, you can see here it had that huge run up and then it dropped, and it's been falling consistently down, came back up a little. It was up to 30 last year, and then it's crashed back down again. So a lot of these are just really crashing down. You would almost think this would be an alternative, especially during the Great Resignation. Let me see. I don't want to walk into a silly comment here. I almost correlated the Great Resignation to pot stocks, but I don't know. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't a correlation. But for some reason, I guess I'm thinking that there might be some inverse relation. So I'm not really. I'm not a connoisseur of this market, so I don't follow. I don't know why stuff is dropping. I guess it's following everything else. But yeah, so this one, yeah, Tilray. It's 1 year target estimate, $15.12, negative earnings per share, market cap almost 3 billion. So that's a growing company. Again, no pun intended, in terms of market cap, which, I mean, that's based on the stock. That's not really based on, let's see how they're doing as far as, so earnings last quarter of 2021, they beat earnings. Yeah, they're not updated for April 6th. Interesting. Similar, you've got, Aurora Cannabis. I'm going to go back to my original list I had, but here's some that are actually similar. Let me scroll up here. People also, this is funny. People also watch AMC, the meme crowd. They're watching some of the same stocks. So Aurora Cannabis, this was one I remember hearing about last year. Sundial Growers, AMC. We'll go ahead and look at all of these because these have been in the news also, or not so much in the news, but I've heard of them. And if I've heard of them, you know what that means. They have to be discussed on the video. Anything I've heard of, I'm just kidding. So let's see here. By the way, if my eyes look a little red, that's just allergies. There's a lot of pollen in the air. Doesn't mean anything else. So, okay, Aurora Cannabis, 323. Even more negative earnings than the others. See, again, almost all of these behave the same. Look at this. You see like this M shape, a huge upswing, 2018. For some reason, 2018 was a great year for these kinds of stocks, $129. And then it dropped to 64, went up to 120, dropped to 58 here, went back up, and then crashed back down. So some folks made a lot of money, some folks lost a lot. So this one, I can't really make heads or tails of this one. There's that cool hat again. What is that? Cannabis stocks dip, Roundhill launches weed ETF on 420. Oh, we got to look that up. I'm getting distracted here, but that's too funny to pass up. Let me see. It's probably, if it just went public, there's probably not any information on it. Yeah, there's not going to be, unless I Google it. That's funny. On 420. By the way, another side note about Elon Musk and Twitter, there was something about him actually offering more money, so that I think he was actually, the stock was around $50 a share, but he was going to offer enough to make it like 54.20. So there was like a 420 in the number or something like that. I can't remember. Let me look this weed ETF. So again, I guess the same logic applies. If you don't want to buy individual stocks, you can buy index funds for this industry as well. 8 months to launch weed ETF. So they waited. That's funny. They waited for the day. Can I find anything on it? ETF.com, 9 marijuana ETF reports. Again, this is just such an unpredictable business or industry. Marijuana ETFs are new and quickly developing. Come on, ad, you've got to get right in the way. Well, we'll improvise. Typically, marijuana ETFs do not invest in local dispensaries or mom and pop growers. Instead, cannabis ETF. Oh, they went away. All right. I don't want to read through that. Let me look at some other stocks here since I can't really. Let me see if I can find marijuana. Oh, Medical Marijuana Inc. Now this over the counter. This is an over the counter one. Yeah, this has been around a while. Yeah, it just hasn't done much. All right, let's go back to the list. Truly, Canopy Growth, Aurora. We looked up Aurora. Curaleaf. Let's look that one up. That's another buzz one. Curaleaf. Let's see what this one's doing. Negative EPS as well. Yeah, there's just not a lot of stability in this, it seems like. I mean, going back at least the last few years, I think a lot of folks thought that these stocks would take off, but they're just very unpredictable. This one had a run up again last year. I wonder if people, that had the stimulus checks, when all the stimulus money was going out, if people were buying these with, I know that was happening with meme stocks. And as you saw, some of the same meme stocks are in the same like peer group that gets looked at as some of these stocks. So yeah, this crashed back down. It's strange to me, like I said, not being an expert in this industry, it's just strange that this industry is behaving the same way as other industries, because you would think, like, take alcohol, for example, like alcohol and at least tobacco for a long time, like those products were fairly stable as far as demand, like prices going up didn't really impact demand. So you would think, at least I would think, that this wouldn't follow the market as a whole. Like they say alcohol are, I guess alcohol and drugs are like a more or less a recession proof industry. At least you would think, but this is not that we're going into a recession, but it's just odd to me that these are following the broader market. So 1 year target estimate here, $15, but that's all based on numbers today. Oh, this one's missed earnings the last 3 quarters. That's just strange. Here's this Round Hill launches cannabis. That's the ticker, weed. Let's see what comes up. There it is. I think this is this that ETF? $15.04. Okay, I think, yeah, if this was it, this would have been the first trading day. Interesting. All of that just to say you went public on 420. So yeah, there's going to be no history on that, but it's got an easy ticker to remember. Let's see. Well, all the futures are at least showing green, so there's some green on 420. Grow generation, organogram. Let's see what else. What was that? What was the one I mentioned? Pharmaceutical. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It was like $7 a share in 2019. No, these are pharmaceutical companies coming up here. How that Altria, Jazz Pharmaceuticals. These, to me, these aren't related. There were some other ones I wanted to, let's see. Let's see what US News has here. Or let's see, I'll click this one. What was that company? High hopes for growth bode well for these cannabis stocks. Was this one that you have to click? It's like a slideshow. Green Thumb Industries. This was as of April 8th. That's like a mutual fund ticker symbol. Even though this tier 1 US multi-state operator has been delivering positive net income for 6 quarters in a row and positive cash flow, oh, come on, get rid of that. From positive cash flow from operations for 8, it's trading at about half its 52-week high. All right, let's look this up. GTBIF, come on. GTBIF, Green Thumb Industries. Let's see. Okay, so this one has a positive EPS. Let's see here. This one was up. Yeah, it is about halfway off of its 52-week high. Let's see what it's doing year to date. Choppy. See, this just isn't, at least like it was in 2018, this just isn't really an appealing area to put money. Now look at that. That's like a perfect inverse pattern for earnings. It beat quarter 2 21, missed, and it's like perfectly inverse. Like you could draw like a V. So it beat, it missed, and then it beat again. And then I guess we're, oh, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, right? So I guess earnings are coming out May 4th. And there's going to be some new legislation coming to this industry. Weed is likely to remain federally illegal, but cannabis banking could pass this year. Anyway, so that's really the gist of what I wanted to discuss. It doesn't look like any of these are really doing too well this year. I actually haven't paid that much attention. I just thought I would actually look while I did a video, just kind of discover, as I'm showing all of you, these stocks. So yeah, really not a lot of great opportunities out there. Actually, the best opportunities I see, completely unrelated to this, but Amazon's coming out with earnings, Facebook or Meta is coming out with earnings. Blackstone, I've mentioned Blackstone as a company that's done well for me. Completely unrelated to 420, but these could possibly be good options plays. The JP Morgan one I mentioned last week, you would have thought I was actually celebrating 420 early after coming up with that brilliant idea, but they missed earnings. So I mean, that is what it is. But those are the ones I just mentioned. Those are the 3 I'm following for potential earnings blast. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, if you found this valuable, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and take care, and keep an eye out for my next video. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye.